This video was inspired by Audrey Hepburn's Roman Holiday. I love her scarf in this movie, and every time I watch it, I want to run away to Europe and just Vespa around. This summer scarf is perfect for biking and exploring new places, but honestly, it is also a great accessory that can dress up anything you wear. Dresses, casual jeans, you name it. It's easy to make, and you feel so couture and Parisian wearing it. Here's how to make this cute Roman holiday inspired scarf. We will need 1 yard of red striped cotton from the Christmas section of Joann Fabrics, 1 fabric cutting set, or if you don't have this Fiskars brand that I have, you need a mat, ruler, and scissors or a cutter of some sort. Also, you will need pins and a sewing machine ready to go with red or white thread to match the fabric. I will list all the products used in the description box below, as well as post a link to a detailed guide on how to make this scarf. First things first, we must measure our fabric out. Okay, so I must mean math, right? I know what you're thinking, but this is really easy, I promise. The first step is to measure your neck circumference. To do this, I use a vinyl measuring tape, and keeping the measuring tape not tight but snug around my neck, I got 13 inches. Then, use your neck circumference and add 16 inches to your measurement. Your neck circumference plus 16 inches will be the length of your scarf. Pin where the length of your scarf ends on the bottom of the fabric. Then, measure the width. The width has 7 inches for everyone. Once you double check where the length and the width meet on the fabric, pierce the pin in that location. Time to cut. Since my fabric has red stripes, I could see through the fabric on the underside. This project is a little different since we have transferable lines. Usually we would have to draw the lines if we couldn't see through the fabric, so friends, we are lucky. I set my ruler underneath my pin and one of the stripes on the fabric. I used the stripe as a guide to cut straight and neatly. As I moved across the fabric, I constantly double checked to see if I was on the same stripe. This part is slow, but you should be diligent on this part until you reach the end. Then, go back to where you started and set your ruler underneath the same stripe. Cut the width on the right side of the ruler. Finally, go back and cut off all the frays and extra fabric that don't need to be there. You should have a rectangular scarf now. Next, we iron. Ironing is an essential step because it will allow us to make crisp edges when folding. Plus, since cotton easily wrinkles, it will look way better than if we didn't iron. You know what I mean? Finally, we will shape our cotton fabric into a scarf by folding, pinning, and seaming. We will flip over our rectangle and fold it hot dog style. After folding it in half, the width should equal 3.5 inches. Then, where the two ends of the fabric meet, we will tuck those ends in and secure it with a pin. This will eliminate any frays that were left over from cutting. Pin along the top of the scarf. Once you are done pinning, get your sewing machine ready. After back stitching, begin to seam down the top, removing your pins one by one before the needle stitches the fabric together. When I did this, I used white thread and I tried my hardest to follow the white stripe near the top of the scarf. So if you use red thread, try to follow a red stripe near the top. I did falter a little, but it is not noticeable and it still came out nice. For the ends, we are going to tuck in the fabric to where the diagonal lines are on the two right triangles. This will create the crisp triangular ends on Audrey's scarf. Once folded in, secure the ends with pins. After pinning, go back to the sewing machine and seam down the two diagonals. This was a little bit more difficult than seaming along the top, but it was manageable and I was so happy with the ends of my scarf when I was done. There you have it, your Roman holiday scarf. Enjoy!